it's as loud as it can go. Guess you guys might need to turn up the volume a little bit. I'm not entirely sure, so hopefully you guys can hear me fine. If not, I apologize. But anyway, I'm gonna get this third podcast started. Which again, I was hoping to, have a third person on. So as always, it's not exactly midnight. It won't exactly be around those times, but grab your cup of coffee or whatever you're probably drinking. If you don't want to drink your coffee, grab like water or something. Or if you already had your coffee, and you want to water it down, that's probably a great idea. Maybe not. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of do a little bit something different in this podcast tonight. I thought it would be kind of a cool way to, I always try to explain me in different things so people can try to understand or know me. You want to kind of learn something new about someone or they're interesting. So I figured I would pull. Find it on. No, it's actually next to it. So I have 100 conversation questions, so this will be kind of interesting, which will be cool. I think it's 100. May go actually to more. That seems about, no, it's actually 100, so this will be kind of interesting. So there's 100 conversation starters, so this would kind of be like a third kind of, get to know me, and maybe on the fourth one we can have someone do something. But if you have your cup of coffee, get comfortable, your cup of tea, milk, whatever you want to grab and join in the podcast. I probably won't be sharing this one around this. I wasn't planning on doing one, and so, but then I just say, you know what? I have some ice water and an energy drink, which probably doesn't sound healthy either. This coffee. There goes my phone, and let's see what this was about. Pretty. Yes, you are. Why does my phone always go? I will be right back in a moment. Please enjoy the music a bit more, if you can. know, it seems like I'm always getting interrupted in the podcast, and where it's like you have to take the break, and I don't want to take the break, but I either have to do it because my voice, I'm talking too fast, or there's like interruptions, or something else is going on, and so I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay, and if you can't, I mean, I'll kind of check it on this end too to see how it is, because hopefully it should be okay. So right now we're just kind of checking things, seeing how they are, and then we'll kind of get into the get to know me segment. So let's just kind of checking things here. Alright, they seem good, so I think it's just kind of the headset was a little bit quiet. So again, I wanted to get a guest on the third time, and maybe third time's not quite the charm, but it's getting better. It's getting smoother, which is cool. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, there's so many videos where it's like I try to introduce myself and it's like I don't explain it, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, something fun that I could do. I'm sorry if you hear me breathing in the mic, it's hard honestly talking. What I wanted to do was, there's this random conversation generator starters, and there's this one where it's like 100, like there's just different questions. So here's a, and I may skip them depending on what they're, but let's see what the first one is. What is something you've never done but would like to try to do? You know, that's hard to like say. There's probably a lot of different things, and I can't think of like everything. Maybe like some sort of road trip or country type thing, kind of, because I've done traveling. So what is something you've tried but would never do again? That's a tough one, because there isn't like really anything, but it would probably be to like just stop doing something if I do it so much. Are you a hoarder or saver? I'm not really a hoarder of anything. I like to save like money, so there's that. Usually early, late, or on time for the most part. I'm tired, always yawning. I'm early, rarely ever am I late to something. Sometimes on time, or maybe for the most part also on time, so it's kind of an in-between on early and on time. What is your best skill, talent? Probably being just creative, coming up with something or building something out of something else, or just coming up with an idea out of nothing. Sorry. What do you like least about living in your city or town? People always say it's like ghetto for some reason, or there's always like players, or it's so cool to be the person you are, and really I don't see that. What do you like most about living in your town? It's peaceful. There's a lot of like quietness, not now where it is, but there are a lot of nice quiet and calm areas. Are you a leader or a follower? I'm kind of both, which is weird. Do you usually break the rules or follow them? For that, I kind of do both actually also, which is kind of funny. So it's kind of similar to follow or leader, you know, if you break the rules. Do you wake up by yourself to an alarm, music, or have someone else wake you up? I wake up to an alarm that plays music off my phone. Are you more often spontaneous or structured person? You know, it sounds really weird. I'm like spontaneously structured, and I'm sorry that I keep blowing in the mic. I hate this headset. It sucks. Where it's like, oh, you're chewing or you're breathing so heavy. How would your friends and family describe you? Probably crazy, or probably creative, one of those two, depending on who is. How have your goals changed as you've gotten older? It's more like kind of falling with the flow and going with something, than more structured and seeing what goals I can accomplish and build them. So with more of the time and the maturity, I guess, describe your dream house to to I don't know who with me is, but to you guys, I guess. Want something like I've always there's this one house where I was with one of my mom's friends and I was like, let's go check out this house, and it was cool because it was on the lake and it was actually for sale. So kind of like by the lake, at least like by the lake, kind of a nice up high view and relaxing and pretty much like property, which I think would be really cool. What's the best thing to do on a hot summer day? Honestly, this sounds weird, but hot tub, which is kind of weird, or like go by a lake, swimming in a lake, or go to a pool. What's the best thing to do on a cold winter day? Hot tub. Also, one of those is actually if you're in a hotel or something, you go out in the snow and then you go to the hot tub or sauna, or you have a hot tub outside in the winter, which is really cool. So there's that. What is your favorite smell? Coffee in the morning, gas, wet grass, the rain basically too, like the rain and fire. So those. Do you prefer to receive money or an actual gift? There's times where I've got a gift and I've been kind of shocked, or I knew what it was, and I think that's cool. And I would honestly probably have to say money, because then it's like you don't have to guess what it is, or you don't have to be picky, and you can go get what you want to. So money over gift, but they're both nice. What is your favorite day of the year? Probably summer and fall, but more fall because it can be hot, but it's mostly like colder. But there's the times where it's just right, it's peaceful and calming. Are you messy or organized? Again, I'm kind of both. I really want to try to be organized, but a lot of times it's just like messy. What else? Are you heavy or a light sleeper? That also depends. Depending on how well I sleep, depending kind of where, if I'm drinking coffee. I mean, I don't entirely know, but I need to hear if I'm like breathing, because I feel like I'm dying or something. Corona, just kidding, don't do that. Okay, so sorry I got distracted for a minute. Do you smile for pictures? There's times where I haven't smiled for pictures, and it's like, I probably should have smiled. I was just like so pissed off. So most of the time, yes. Do you wear slippers at home? No. For whatever reason, I love bare feet. I can, but I don't own any slippers. But it's something I probably would do. They are kind of comfy, but no, I usually don't. Do you remember the last dream you had? It was like so just energetic for some reason. That's all I really remember about it. Have you changed since you were a kid? I would say yes. I used to get a lot more emotional and crazy and upset. There's times where it's like there's stuff that still kind of upsets me, or don't want to say triggers me, but it's more upset than it should at moment. So, and again, that comes kind of with the maturity or growing up, because some people don't want to grow up. Do you untie your sneakers before taking them off? No, because I like having them tied, and so otherwise they come untied. Otherwise, like with my running shoes, I try to keep them tied too. I'm gonna try to float this on the top so I can mute this. Actually, no, it's probably fine. You guys are fine with me breathing the mic, right? It's okay. Put them off, alright. I guess I'm kind of forgetting the topics too, so I don't know how long this will be, but maybe. I'm just something to try to get to know about the stream. It was kind of cool someone else joined the stream last time, kind of, but I still want the idea of like someone joining from somewhere else, or if they're around to join. I think that would be cool if they're willing to, of course. So let's go to these ones. Again, I can go back and I'll read the subject categories too, so that'd be interesting. What are 3 websites that you visit daily? I would say there's actually a lot more than 3, but let's just go with these basic ones. Let's say Facebook, Twitter, and let's go with LinkedIn because I use those. Like I use those daily. I mean, for stuff business-wise. What are 3 smartphone apps that you can't live without? That's tough. Probably like Chrome, because that can access like anything. If you can't use the app, I would say probably like maybe Snapchat, and then probably Messenger. It's really hard to say because there's a lot of different ones you can like live without or go with or kind of do variations. So I guess I could have said I can't live without music because that's again like a whole variety of apps itself too. Do I keep So with the news, there's like obviously a lot of fake news, or like people have to spread news, and people use Facebook or social media for news. So I want to say I keep up with it, but it's more the rumors than the actual news, which is really stupid, or just the whole hoopla of it, which is dumb. Sorry, you're probably gonna hear that a lot. Because this headset is just so weird. Last picture I took on my phone, there's a couple, so I took a picture of spicy nuggets for whatever reason. Took a picture of my girlfriend's dog in the car, like in the driver's seat. I took a picture of me. I'm gonna go with the 4th one where I was laying with their dog, and I took a picture of that. So that's 4. How often do I use my phone? Daily for work, Facebook, messaging, my siblings, my mom. What technology or business do you think will be obsolete within the next year? Pretty much older generations of anything, really. I'm sorry if it's too much of me blowing the mic. This one is just really annoying, and I probably should honestly just mute myself, so I'm sorry. So let's move on to these ones. Actually, before I continue, I'm gonna check something real quick. I apologize for that. Not trying to take any breaks, but I just want to kind of relax a bit before I go a little bit ham, so I apologize. I'm not necessarily trying to take breaks or anything from that. It's really hard to, try to keep catching your breath off of this and stuff too. But anyway, to continue the questions, as we're on about 33 of 100, so excuse me for a second. Burp, which you guys will probably pick that up very slightly, maybe. You will. What is your morning routine like? So it kind of depends, because I usually try to call someone in the morning, someone very special, their dog. No, I don't call their dog. I call them in the morning around like 9. I try to get up if I have to work, or I'll go to the bathroom, take a shower if I need to, or something relaxed. Maybe have something for, kind of check on what's going on around in the world, and if I have to go to work in the morning, get ready for work and all that. What is your evening routine like? work, go to bed, wake up, wait until I have to go to work and then go to bed. It's kind of similar or spontaneous to it changes with the other routine as well. What is the first thing that you think of in the morning? Having my coffee or calling the person at 9 o'clock in the morning, honestly. Really want to know. I mean, I guess they're personal questions, I don't know. Well, again, I'll go through the topics later. What is the last thing that you think about before you go to sleep? My whole entire, like, a mess of a life that's not exactly like a life, but it is, and it's crazy, and who knows? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? Anything I possibly could, honestly. That's vague, but, that's probably difficult. If you could go back in time and change one thing, what would that be? I'd probably change, like, myself, like, even though the outcome could be better, it's still pretty good now, but there could be improvements, but it's really not bad, just the things I've done, maybe I would have turned out different, maybe worse, maybe better, I don't know, that's just something I would do. If you could go back, yeah. If you could invent a holiday, what would it be? Coffee day. That sounds stupid, but that's like pretty much any day. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of just vague. Could do, like technology day, but they have that, I think, too, where technology is cheaper. I don't think that's not Black Friday. It's like tech day or something. I don't remember. If you were if there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it? Live my life, pretty much. I mean, if you think about it, we get that extra hour. Why am I like out of breath? It's so dumb, but if you had to give up one of your 5 senses, which one would it be and why? This kind of tricky one. No, wait. Okay, this is a tricky one. Senses. Honestly, probably either smell or taste. I think probably taste, because you could still smell. I think you still be able to taste that way, or it could be the reverse of that, maybe. What would you do with the lottery? Honestly, save my money or use it for what I need to use it for. One of those two things. Sorry, I'm like just out of breath. Like, why? If you became president, what is the first thing you would do? Fix the world. Just like, I wouldn't say make it perfect, but fix certain things. Be like, okay, how can this be better? How can you prevent this? Do the wrong. Don't do the wrong. Do the right. What would you do if you couldn't use the internet or watch TV for a month? Go out and live my life. Probably. Go to the library. No, I'm kidding, because they probably wouldn't have it. Maybe go camping, but it's like hard, because like you'd be working, so what if you need your phone and you have the internet, and like that's kind of tricky too. If you could try out any job for 1 week, what job would you choose to try? Probably customer support. See how that goes, like phone support. Cause it seems like it'd be easy. If you were the opposite gender for 1 day, what would you do? Yeah, about that I think we all know what we do for opposite genders. I'm just saying. Pretty sure we would know, honestly. If you could eliminate one thing that you did every day, what would it be? Gain weight? Because I don't want to gain weight. Like, honestly, I don't. I'm already fat. I'm trying to lose weight, so gain weight, because then that would stop that and I wouldn't be fat. If you could spend 1 hour with any living person, who would it be and what would you choose to do? Any living person. That's hard. That is difficult. I'm like still out of breath. Why? Fuck. should just breathe in the mic. Like, it sounds so bad. Someone else played back this test that too. Oops. It sounds so heavy. Hold on, I'll be right back. For a minute, I'm sorry. I apologize for this. Like, this is just so bad. It's kind of bad. Well, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm trying not to take as many breaks or many long breaks, so hopefully this will go better. I mean, there still might be, like, you know, a bunch of mini breaks, which I'm not necessarily trying to do. I think I kind of do that in every episode, like, I feel like dying or sneezing or something, but let's see, did I do if you could spend? Yeah, I did. And then again, I'll go back and I'll kind of read the categories, because this will be interesting too. Did you have any nicknames growing up? So funny enough, this comes up quite a lot. I did. My main one was Toad, and then I kind of did this like variation of Toadstool, which is kind of funny, like, because it's the mushroom, and then Toad, you have Toad from Mario, so that's kind of funny. So you've had the worst injury I've had is probably, I was at my grandpa's in New York. I slipped on something and I literally hit my like eye or something. I needed stitches, and there could have been like worse ones. I mean, I've hit my tailbone before. I've had like my chin, maybe my chin scraped out, and I had a concussion. So there's a couple different ones. So. What jobs have you worked at? Fast food is the main one that I'm still doing. My one I don't get paid for. If you know what that is, I'm not trying to discuss that entirely because that's supposed to be on the other channel. I've done like volunteer stuff through work-based learning community. So I've done that. Some of that I've got paid for and some I haven't. So let's see. So there's. What is the latest you stayed up in this past week? Probably 3 or 5 in the morning. Maybe 3. What is the earliest you woke up at this past week? 5 or 3 probably. Excuse me. What are your least favorite parts of your week? Work and work. than the days I have off. Some days, the days I have off could be better, but it's not bad. What did I learn this past week that... that's tough. What did I learn this past week? That there are just like many different ways of getting motivated into something. Even if you don't believe you can get motivated, you have to believe in yourself that you get motivated. You have to realize yourself and tell yourself that you have to be the one. Like, there's motivational speakers, but you have to let that kind of impact you. You impact yourself as they impact you with that knowledge to try to help you. So you helping yourself, realizing what you need to do is kind of what I've learned or kind of understood more is what people need to do. What do you think your life will look like in 10 years? I'm hoping there's going to be kind of an interesting future if I have a house. Hopefully have, carve my own, maybe a family and something, and see what that's like. What would you like to do when you retire? Probably travel, really. I know that sounds boring and cliche and stupid, but really that's what I would want. What age do you want to live to? As long as I can live. After a long day, do you prefer to hang out with friends or spend time alone? It's a mixture, like alone with friends, if that makes sense to anyone. It sounds weird, but it's kind of the truth to it, really. What is your favorite brand? My own brand, honestly. What do you like to do to celebrate your birthday? Drink, go to the casino, have kind of a spontaneous, fun, interesting, unexpected day, really. Something like that. Something adventurous, something different, or something planned. It also kind of depends on my mood or changing what it is. So, what is your favorite thing to do on a rainy day? Honestly, bike through it, walk through it, listen to the rain, enjoy watching movies, relax, talk to people. There's a lot of good rainy days. Play video games. What do you like to spend your money on? Pretty much interesting things, I would say. Nothing like too interesting, but just things in general. I don't know, I more like to save my money than spend it. Do you prefer to relax in your free time or do something active? So here's another confusing answer. I like to do something where I can be active because it helps me relax. Like, I go running, that's actually relaxing to me. So I like to be active because it will help me relax. I sound like I'm dying right now, which is kind of funny, but if you guys are watching and you guys are kind of enjoying, maybe I'll try to do something like this next podcast too. And I'm sorry if I take a lot of, I'll try to make the breaks as short as possible too, or you'll just kind of hear me breathe into the mic because this one's sensitive for some reason, like that, or drink something if I don't mute it, which I apologize for in advance too. Do you shower in the morning or night, or by both? Sometimes twice a day, it depends on my mood, how late I'm working. If I'm that lazy, if I really know I need a shower, which you should shower every day anyway, even if you have to do it 2 times a day. Well, what is your favorite board game? What is? Probably Life, or no, sorry, I don't know. I don't exactly have one, but probably Sorry. So I'm thinking of a lot more card games. Fashionable clothes. See, the weird thing is the way I style myself. I can make comfortable clothes look to a certain point of fashion, which I think is pretty cool or interesting. So there's that. My favorite comfort food. You guys should know this, but I'll probably cheese, anything cheesy, pasta, whatever. Eating a package of cheese, shredded cheese out the bag, putting a wrapping tortilla this is gonna sound weird. Cheesecake, it's not necessarily cheese cream, but what is it? Read that one. Do you prefer to eat at home or eat out? Depends. Where I'm at, who I'm with, what am I doing if I want some pizza, some McDonald's, or where I'm at, really. What do you like to snack on? A lot of different things. Doritos, combos, Cheez-Its, cheese, different flavored Cheez-Its, different flavored cheese. You get the point, cheese. Anything that's probably good or unhealthy, cheesecake, so a lot of different bad stuff. Oreos, anything minty, so there's a lot. What is your favorite dessert? Cheesecake, duh. Do you prefer sweets or salty snacks? Cheesecake. Excuse me. Sorry, cheesecake is just so exciting. If someone you were trying to impress was coming over to your home for dinner, what would you make for them? Well, first off, I probably wouldn't make anything, because I would probably, if it was gas stove, I'd probably burn the shit out of my face like I've almost done, so probably just a pizza, pasta, maybe wraps, maybe fat food, snacks, just hand them a bag of cheesecake bites. I don't know. What was your worst restaurant experience? Probably the first time I got hungover and I had cheese, or I almost didn't have money to pay for something, or there's a couple different things. So just any time where it's like the moment doesn't seem like it should happen, or it's a little weird. What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink? Coffee, tea, coffee, tea, chai tea, pumpkin spice, something with mint. How important is the decor of a restaurant to you? Well, depending on, like, you know, the feel of it, the atmosphere, and the way it feels, it's kind of like music, really. It has to feel. So if it feels right, it feels right. If it doesn't, then, you know, depending on how you like it, you'll come back. Like, there's even certain bars or areas. What type of movies do you like to watch? Comedy, action, romance, some sci-fi action, some all kind of interesting, some mystery. I mean, otherwise I don't normally like to watch movies. Would you rather watch or play sports? Probably play sports, because I really like just playing basketball games. I don't mind watching it though. What do you use to listen to music? See, that's like a general question, like the device or the music apps. Pandora, Spotify, SoundCloud, my own music PC, my own phone that I use stuff on, so the music app on my phone. Do you prefer to travel or stay close to home? Both. I like to kind of travel close to home, or kind of go out on a spontaneous adventure. When going on vacation, would you prefer to join a tour or plan out everything by yourself? Again, maybe both. Like, you go on the tour and then, you know, you kind of leave the tour and like, oh, let's go do this or something, because it kind of depends on the day, the comfort, how you're feeling, where you're at, and what you're doing. Like, for myself, I would say too. I guess other people too, maybe. What's your favorite thing about going on vacation? It was so relaxing. I mean, I didn't really do much for my vacation. I didn't go anywhere exciting, but I took a week off of work for vacation, and like, I didn't want to go back to work, so it's just nice to, you know, take a break from shit. What's your least favorite thing about going on vacation? It might not turn out the way you planned, honestly, and even if it's not as exciting or not as far. So again, just how it turns out, but hey, it was a good week. gone on vacation by yourself? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. What do you like to do when you go to the beach? Swim, tan, relax, talk to friends. Corona? Just kidding. I'll be right back as I need to catch my breath again, because this is just dying kind of, so I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to keep my breath for all of this. Whoops, I forgot to unmute myself. Whoopsie daisies. It's probably a good thing though. I mean, I didn't really say much, or I didn't do anything much of that, so there's just one person watching the whole entire time. I did just one straight stream. Playbacks too, so alright, let's... Okay, I'm gonna mute myself before I start annoying myself again, which is kind of funny. So, back to the questions, which for some reason I keep dying about. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, it's not what I want to do. For that. So what did it? Oh, we did that one. So, do you prefer to have many friends or just a few close friends? Honestly, you don't really need many friends to have. First few close friends is like honestly one of the best things you can do, because you can't always trust them, but you can trust them a lot more than if you, like, you know, you're so popular and you just want people, you have a big family in a sense. I want to say yes, but it's kind of like with the friends, they're all kind of connected, whereas like I have kind of friends that are part of my family, or someone who like I'm with that is part of my family, even though they're not related to me, so it's like that connection. So yes and no. I think probably about a medium-sized family if it's talking blood related. Pretty big one if it's kind of just people around. What's the first thing that you notice about someone of the opposite gender? Probably their hair, their eyes, and their voice, but those three in kind of that order, but mainly probably their hair. What do you look for in a, I'm gonna say girl, I'm talking about like girlfriend, just someone who's themselves, who that currently is I'm with, and it's not always the perfect thing, and it's not going to be. And as for like if you know you're with a guy or you want to have a friend, and it'd be probably pretty similar if you're kind of that type of person, which is okay. Kind of like what qualities do you look? Feeling most different, pretty similar to that, like I've just said about like someone who's, you know, themselves, who's honest, trustworthy, helpful, and being kind and true-hearted. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, and that's kind of also the fun of it too. So yeah, pretty similar, but one you might take more seriously, or one you might have a better flexibility with, which is pretty cool. Or, okay. What is the first thing that you notice when meeting someone new? Well, not their name, which is kind of funny, but probably their style. I would say their style, how they are, what they're kind of into. Not that you want to judge someone. Ah, this is kind of interesting. What do you think the best invention is? Humanity. You kind of have this creation side where it's like, okay, what are you gonna come with? Then you have another human. So I don't want to say birth. That's not a creation. I mean, okay, or invention. That's not entirely. That's just kind of the concept of genes coming up with different things, and so literally the whole invention of inventing is that idea, really. What is your favorite place to be? In my mind. In my dreams. I mean, it's reality. Tell me your best advice. Be yourself. Be true to yourself. Be honest to the people. You can struggle. You can do what you want to do. You can have a hard time. You're gonna struggle. So, have you ever been to conversationstarters.com? Shameless plug. No, I really haven't been to this. I kind of just googled this because I thought this would be kind of something cool to have for a podcast, since I still don't have someone with me or on it, but maybe that can happen in the fourth one, maybe not, we'll find out. If you could learn any skill, what would it be? I don't know, I want to learn many different skills, honestly. What is the meaning of your name? Funny enough, this sounds bad. If you take the D off of it, it's like death in Dutch or German or something. Other than that, let's Google this though. We'll Google this, I'm curious. Googling right now. Someone obviously looked up Todd in the Bible. Todd is a given name. The name originated from Middle English, where it means fox. Oh, so I'm a fox. All related names, Toddy. No, I don't like that. I really don't. That's like saying Toddster. I mean, that's okay, but no. So that was a good one. It's funny that they did like shameless plug, but what is the meaning of your name? We did that one. Do you believe in luck, or do you believe in that the people make their own luck? Luck is kind of both. It can happen, but you have the chance of creating it, or just lucky being lucky, bad being lucky, lucky being bad. And so it's like the whole psychology root of, can you do it, can you not, can you make it better, can you change it, can you... So it's all about the like predeterminations. And then if you think of it, if you guys have seen the show Gravity Falls, where Dipper has like this chart or whatever is predetermining like things, like people have premonitions, they have something happen to them, and then does it happen the next day, and it's like, okay, so I think that's gonna happen, so I change it the next day. And if you notice, I'm really kind of into these determinations, determinatory. I don't always think these through, or I don't always guess them right, but a lot of times premonition is like the definition for a strong feeling, but how I perceive it is like, okay, if it's strong, you're gonna have a visualization while you're sleeping about it, which is basically you're dreaming it. The next day that will happen. As for an example, which this actually did happen, and you don't have to believe it, but it's kind of interesting. My ex, I had a dream that her aunt was gonna actually show back up that day because I was at her house, and that next day that actually happened. So that was kind of interesting, but that was a visualization of the like premonition, and some people just have like strong feelings, which can also be the premonition. And maybe in another podcast or type thing, or I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm tired. It's talk about that more because I'm really kind of into that. People make their own. So I really went off rail for a deadlock and that one. What is your favorite conversation starter? Kind of just what do they like? What is this person? Kind of like a punchline or pickup line and getting started. So I think that's kind of really cool, man. So if money was an issue, what would you do with your life? You know, I probably would still try to help the world in the way I could, and so yes. So we also have would you rather questions or conversation starter home. So we'll do would you rather questions, and we can always go back and maybe we can have a guest on here too. But I'm gonna take a longer break actually now since I'm done with those. And obviously, if you guys don't want to hear this, you can pause. If you guys want to, fall asleep to the music, fall asleep to the podcast, just the music, and then you guys can, hit live again. Or these are just, something to talk about. You can always skip around, see if you catch something interesting. So the next thing we'll be doing is and this one is just live. Would you rather? So I'm gonna take a bit longer break and I'll be right back in a while. Thank you. I mute my mic. Uh-oh. I didn't mute the mic. I muted something else. That's kind of funny that I did that. Whoops. We're back. I don't know with what though, but something. Okay, that just sounds weird, but anyway, let's go. No, I'm kidding. I'm literally just talking fast on purpose, so we had some would you rather questions. What is this? Does it say good? Good would you rather questions. Alright, let's go. Physical. Okay, can you just click on these? Probably not. Let's see, would you rather be really hairy or be completely bald? Honestly, really hairy. Really hairy, honestly, that's a good one. You know what, because I am kind of bald too, but not completely, so really hairy, I have to go with that one. Be 5'4", 7'7", 4'5", or 4'5". You know, 4'5", I have to go now 7'7", because I'm pretty closer. Be blind or be deaf? Probably be blind. I'm kind of blind, and it really depends on the blind you're with. So, be tall and fat, or be short and well built. Be short and well built, as weird as that sounds. Cause you can be like tall and fat, but it's not like noticeable. So, eat healthy or exercise regularly. If you exercise regularly, you can usually build. Not build. You can build yourself, but then you can burn the calories off too from be super fast or be super strong. Probably be super strong, because if you have the leg muscles, then you can be fast, really, if you think about it. So, lose half your hair, lose half your hearing. Basically thinning, which is pretty much going bald, so lose half your hair, really. That's kind of what it means, or the half side of your head, I mean, really. Always be cold or always be tired. I could go with both, but I'd probably always be tired, because who really wants to always be cold, honestly? I mean, if you're always cold, then you can have someone, to cuddle up with and be nice with. So, be able to fly at 10 miles per hour or be able to run at 50 miles per hour. If you fly, you probably can get places a lot faster, so probably fly, because you can fly over stuff. Run, I mean, it's probably pretty much the same, really. Be constantly tired no matter how much you sleep, or be constantly hungry no matter how much you ate. That is a good one, actually. Probably constantly tired, because even if you sleep that much, that's probably not better than hunger, honestly. Look weak and actually be strong. Look strong and actually be weak. Honestly, look weak and be strong, because you impress people that way. So that one. Have a third eye. Have a third arm. A third arm can be like many different things. So you could have a third type arm, something, and so third arm, really. Because you could have a third arm. I guess you could really have either a third arm. I don't know. I couldn't say a third. I guess that could be metaphorical, but then so could a third arm. So, be wide as you are tall. Be as tall as you are wide. To be as wide as you. Be as tall as you are wide, probably, because then it's like you're tall and you're built in a sense. Only age from neck up. Only age from neck down. What? That one doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, I want to be a giraffe. There you go. You're welcome. I said that. Obviously, these all start would you rather. Be poor and work at a job you love. Be rich and work at a job you hate. Honestly, you want the job you love. Even if you don't make that much. It's like, if you love the people, Be rich and ugly. Be poor and good looking. If you think about poor and good looking, you can, who knows? You might have some magical, mystical avatar voodoo in yourself. So, be rich and be poor. Be poor and find true love. This is gonna sound cliche. Probably like most of these, if you're poor and you have true love, you're pretty much rich. There you go. Be rich. No, can't be rich and that's just no. Money can't buy love. I mean, you can, but then we're all just fucked up in the world like myself. Nah, I'm kidding. Work really hard at an interesting job. Slack off at a boring job. haven't even had coffee. I've drank iced water, and I can tell I'm already talking fast, which is funny. But if you guys or whoever is watching Gills, guys, robots, are enjoying this or avatars, it's pretty cool, and I'm hoping you're enjoying. Kind of getting to learn a little bit about that, and I'll try to see what I can do for every kind of podcast. And my goal is to hopefully get someone on. That would be really cool. So let's see, win the lottery or add 20 years to your life. Well, if you win the lottery, can you add 20 years to your life? So probably win the lottery. I mean, or you could win 20 years to your life from whatever. Take a guaranteed $100,000. Take a 50-50 chance at winning 1 million. You know, gotta take a risk. So take the 50-50, honestly. Be in constant pain or have a constant itch. Oh, could the pain be like emotional, or so could the itch? Because depending on like which one of that, if it's like constant emotional pain, because you can have that, which physically affects you, I would probably say that. People always think so hard into these like that kind of is like, so to be blind or not be able to talk for the rest of your life. Fuck. Why? You know, I'm gonna consider myself blind, so blind. Besides, then have people help me. Besides all the talking. I'm pretty much blind right now, so that helps. Go through life unable to answer any questions. Go through life unable to ask any questions. Whoa, that is tough too. So I can't go through life unable to answer any questions, or go through life unable to. I usually love to ask questions, so I'd probably say answer, because I remember in class and I really tried to raise my hand and like ask some stuff often. So yeah. Have no sense of smell. Smell everything near you as though it were right in front of your nose. Honestly, I'm curious to like what that's like. So probably smell everything near you as though it were right in front of your nose. Only be able to whisper everything, or only be able to shout everything. I'm already so loud, so probably only be able to shout everything, because that would be just kind of funny. I mean, I talk loud enough, and it's like annoy the shit out of people, and so, you know, be loud, why not? Save the life of someone that you're close to. Save the lives of 5 random strangers. Well, if you think about it, maybe that person isn't in danger, and those 5 random strangers are that person's friends or someone that could potentially save the other person. And so it's like one of those type conundrum deals where it's like you do this and then that happens, and so normally you'd probably go save the life of someone you love, but what if the 5 have like the effect of that? And so you do, again, think really into it, which I don't know how many people do that. I'm one of those people at the moments where it's like it counts for that. So never touch another human again. Never touch a computer powered device again. Fuck you. What if the human is like have a computer powered device in it or something that's like, or it's like the reverse of like, oh, you can't touch it. Never touch another. Honestly, if you think about it, you would never touch, because you want the human interaction. Technology, it's really not important. There's other ways. So honestly, get rid of the computer. Really, it sucks, but bye bye internet, or bye bye whatever you use. Be the first to die among your close friends. Be the last one to die and not make any new friends. Wow. You know, y'all gotta go living out with a bang, because maybe, again, your friend is secretly a voodoo witch doctor, and so maybe you want to be the first to die, but maybe not. So I'm gonna say the first to die, because who knows what's gonna happen. Maybe someone will save your life, CPR, or they'll probably kill you, but we'll find out, I guess. Have a lousy short-term memory. Have a terrible long-term memory. Or you have a lousy short-term memory, so that one. Have 1 wish granted today. Have 3 wishes granted 5 years from now. How is the... Well, you could use the 1 wish to See, I wish I knew what those 3 wishes were from 5 years from now. So see, that's what I mean, like doing that with that question, so you could do that. I have 1 wish and I want to save this wish, and I wanted to add it to the 4th one, so have 1 wish granted today, because it doesn't say like you can't restrict that. So of all your possessions, sell one of your organs. Well, one of my organs technically is gone, so I would say sell one of those. Guys know which that one is. People be homeless, live without family and friends. Be homeless, because so many people who are homeless have this like such positive like attitude, or like these talents, and it's really cool to see this, and they really should like appreciative, and like the fact that there's shelters and people always trying to do something nice for them, and if you're kind and you have this passion, this kind of like that energy just happens towards you, which is really interesting. Go without the internet for a month, go without access to a car for a month. Well, I don't have a car technically. I mean, I'm sure people know why. Maybe something crazy, but a car, I could go without a car with access for a month. I mean, really, I could do that. Watch it just snow and then, oh, whoops. Sit all day, stand all day. I pretty much stand all day, so stand all day, obviously. It'd be really embarrassing if I was muted the whole entire time, so let's check that. And no, I am not. Hello world, can you hear my beautiful voice? No, I'm just kidding. Whoopsie days, yeah, I don't want to do that. Go to jail for a year. Live in your car for a year. I don't have a car, so I'm gonna live in my car for a year because I don't have one, so that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna do that anyway. I do, but I don't. Be homeless for 3 years and then rich for the rest of your life. Be middle class for your entire life. I can be middle class for my entire life. I don't give a fuck about, oh, I'm so rich or whatever. Like I said about the homeless. Not be able to use your hands, not be able to walk. So a lot of things can be automated, which is pretty cool. Be a parent, be a child. Kind of, okay, I'm not a parent, but I already am a child, so I would basically have to choose to be a parent. I mean, I don't know how I can't be a child, which is dumb. Dump someone else. Be the person getting dumped. Be the person getting dumped. It's really hard to let go of that person. I mean, it is. Be stuck in a house with someone you hate. Be stuck in a house alone. Someone you hate, because honestly, your bond, your time spent with them really can change, and it's honestly you're quite different and crazy. Be a genius in work of morons. Be a moron in a world of genius. Honestly, I feel like I'm a moron all the time, even though I can be smart, so probably just be a moron. That sounds bad, but you know, we all don't make the smartest choices, so. Random stranger's life. Continue living your current life. Continue to live in my current life. That was kind of interesting one, I guess. Be ugly and marry a good-looking person. Be good-looking and marry an ugly person. You know, either way, I'm either ugly or attractive, so those are kind of also 50-50 too, which is really stupid. Take ice cream cold shower and be clean. Huh? Oh, ice cold. I thought it was like ice cream cold shower, not shower at all. Honestly, I can handle cold showers at times if it's like ice cold and it's fucking hot out. I can do ice cold showers. I mean, I love my hot showers even when it's hot out, so I can lick someone else's armpit, have someone else lick your armpit. I'm kind of weird either way, so no. Just no, bye-bye. I know, you probably know those answers, so. Eat a stick of butter. Snort a tablespoon of salt. Okay, that sounds like it hurt. Probably eat a stick of butter. People do that stupid shit, so. Smell your own fart. Smell someone else's fart. I can literally do both, which is really bad. I would more likely smell my own fart. Be chronic farter. Be chronic burper. Well, if you do either one too much, you're probably gonna die and explode of gas. Or no, that's if you hold it in. I'm sorry, I'm dying. Let's go back on childhood. Be a chronic farter or chronic burper. I feel like being a chronic burper, consider I drink carbonated water a lot, so there's that. Like I said, this podcast is just, I just want to get to know me, and hopefully maybe the fourth one I can have someone do something. So this one I'm not entirely sharing around, so I'll see how well it kind of does without that. I've obviously seen some people or one person that's kind of been watching, there are 2 people I've like copped in and checked that out, so that's pretty cool. Walk barefoot in public bathrooms. Walk barefoot through poison ivy. Barefoot in public bathrooms. I mean, not sanitary, but much better than poison ivy. Unless you're like immune to poison ivy, then you obviously drink a cup of spoiled milk. Pee your pants in public. Spoiled milk, like, it's really not too bad, just sours in a cup. It shouldn't be too bad. So, pee your pants, I mean, neither one of those ones is really that bad. I don't even think I went to like what the topics were from the other one. Maybe I did though. Be the first to finish your meal. Be the last one to finish your meal. Usually I feel like I'm the last one to finish my meal, so I'd say that. Never be able to take a hot shower again. Never be able to eat a hot meal again. Well, I don't have to take hot showers. This one counts. So probably never be able to take a hot shower again, because I mean I take warm showers too, or those take cool showers. Look strong and fit, but actually be weak. We did something like this one, or look weak and out of shape, but be really strong, because that can happen. So probably look weak and be out, or look weak and out of shape, but be really strong, because that can actually happen. So never have to wait for food at restaurants. Never have to stop at a red light. Red lights are, I guess, nice. Never have to wait at restaurants for food. I don't know, red lights are kind of lifesavers in a way. Live in a large house in the country. Live in a tiny apartment in the middle of the city. I'll probably live in a large house in the country, because it seems relaxing. I don't know about city, or city, it could be city too, because then you could just be kind of around too, and some people have some cool ass tiny like houses or tiny apartments I've seen too on that show, so that's pretty cool. Never be allowed to leave your home. That's like Corona, later. You're only allowed to be in your home for up to an hour at a time. Well, like if you have to live there, that's kind of different. So it's like that can vary, because you could go like to house to people, so it's like you could stay out of your house for like an hour, come back for like an hour, and then like, so I don't know, it's tricky. You could wear clothes that are way too big, that are too small. If you wear them too big, some people can actually kind of pull them off, which people do. So I don't know, it's interesting. Never be stuck in traffic again, or never get sick again. Never get sick again, really. Traffic's not too big of an issue. Only be able to type 3 words per minute. Only be able to read 10 words per minute. Probably won't be able to read 10 words per minute. Probably can only really do both of those, honestly. Not the fast typer, not the fastest reader. Have a minute role in a hit movie. Have a starring role in a bad movie. Probably starring role in a bad movie, because who knows, maybe it'd be fun or interesting. Kind of have a movie experience, I guess, to see how shitty it actually is, if it is shitty. Because what if it's actually really better than the fun role, really? Not be able to drink anything but water. Never have chocolate again. I could probably do either of those, because water, because you can live off of just straight water, but I can also live without chocolate, so there you go. It's kind of a win-win. Be an unknown hero, be a famous villain. Unknown hero. Some of these are just like, okay, that one. Be stuck in an elevator, be stuck on a roller coaster, be stuck in an elevator. No, I don't want. I mean, what if the roller coaster stopped, or the elevator goes up and down, and then it's like you can get out, or there's different ways of escaping. Roller coaster, lying, be able to get away with liars and tell, be able to know when someone's lying. I don't like to lie, actually. I really don't. Be the best player on a losing team, be the worst player on a champion team. See, I don't really care, which is kind of weird, but so I'd be the best player on the losing team because I don't care for losing. I just want to have fun, honestly. Again, these are would you rather. So, would you rather have flight delayed 8 hours or lose your luggage? Probably lose my luggage because maybe someone would return it. Okay, I'll be right back. I just have to go to take a break before. Yes. Sorry, excuse me. As always, too many breaks I know today. I hope you guys are enjoying. I apologize if it seems like I'm taking so many breaks and like I'm still out of breath for whatever reason. Like I try to keep catching my breath. So I'm gone for like 22 minutes, but I'm trying to go a little bit longer than that. Kind of around close to 2 hours. I just kind of want to finish up, like, would you rather? We'll get a little bit closer, and then maybe for the next one we can finish it, or we'll see. Maybe we can have a guess, kind of. I think I did the play delay though. Never be able to eat hot food again. See, we did this though. Never take a hot shower again. Never take a hot shower again. These are similar. Be ignorant, be happy, be knowledgeable, and never fully content. I mean, there's probably most people is like they have knowledge and it's like they're never content. So, cause you can also be ignorant and like never play but always lose. Do what? Like, I guess never play. Or I mean, you can do play and always lose because I don't know what we're playing. So, hang out with a few friends. Go to a big party. Hang out with a few friends. I'm not much of a partier. Always be 10 minutes late for everything. Always be 20 minutes early for everything. 20 minutes late for everything. That's usually how I kind of am anyway. Give out bad advice. Receive bad advice. I would probably say receive bad advice because I could take that better than me giving bad advice to someone, because it's not like you have to use the advice but you'll receive it. So there's that. Be a master of every musical instrument. Be fluent in every language. Wouldn't that include if you were fluent in like every language? Because musicians can have like kind of their own instrumental language. So what if like the music, like the understanding of it, was that language? So, or if not, probably just be fluent in every language. Because I'm like taking piano for a couple of years. Originally started with guitar and not singing the best, but I use it to kind of be creative. So probably be fluent in every language. So I'm not gonna say I'm like good or anything. Be stuck in a home that is constantly dark. Be stuck in a home that is constantly bright. There's no in between. I like honestly, I could probably say dark, because could you use candles maybe? Because bright, I'm thinking like, no, you can't do anything. It's already bright, and it's like, you'll be vegetarian or you'll only be able to eat meat. Probably only be able to like eat meat considering I do that, but it's like vegetarians aren't restricted to much either, so it's hard to actually say. But I eat more meat than probably be vegetarian, so be in your pajamas all day, be in a suit all day. What if your suit is a pajama, or pajamas are a suit? It's like, that'd be interesting. I mean, that'd be weird, but it would kind of be funny. It's like, if you're required to wear pajamas or something, that'd be kind of weird or interesting. Go forward in time, go back in time. Time always seems like it's going forward so fast. I'll probably just go forward in time and see where it goes, you know? It doesn't say like how much or anything like that. Look at that. Live your dream home in an undesirable location. Live at your dream location in an average home. Probably average. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy. Eat something different every single day. Eat the same food every single day. I could eat something different every day. Like, I would be fine with that, honestly. So those are like, did the 100 things that, I don't know how many, so about these, so we're like, what are fun ways to open a conversation? So these are just kind of, you know, one conversation, or there's also, I guess, good would you rather is also funny or for kids too. So there was these categories that were physical, money, job related. Maybe we can do the kid ones too. Hard. Shut up. Not like that. Sacrifice. Okay, that sounds bad. Relationships. That doesn't sound too bad. Gross. Gross. Like the Minecraft villagers, you know. Fun. So maybe we can do miscellaneous, you know that. Maybe we can so we can do, this is just kind of a way to get to know things, and then maybe I'll have something. So normally if I had enough people, I could like vote if they do funnier kids, but we're gonna kind of go for kids, you know, since I like to mark all my videos for kids. Food. Would you rather? I'm not a kid, I'm a 26-year-old man. I'm an adult child. You could say 26-year-old child, I'm just kidding. I mean, I tell my coworkers I'm like 12, which is kind of funny. After all, I drink so much espresso. Not that I'm taking the podcast seriously, which I probably won't. Good would you rather question to ask children. You can always ask why after each response you receive, and an insight to the child is thinking. You can do that with a 30-year-old or a 26-year-old. So would you rather, obviously. Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather why? No, I'm kidding. Would you rather eat chips or candy? Chips. Fries or cookies? Fries. Eat pizza or eat hot dogs? Pizza. Honestly, it would be interesting to have someone a bit younger on here, and that'd be kind of cool. Eat nothing but your favorite food for the rest of your life. Never eat your favorite food again. I honestly would say if a kid did that, they would say give up junk food, give up TV. Give up TV. I don't even have cable, so eat ice cream, eat candy. Ice cream probably. I don't really eat candy. I actually probably eat ice cream more. Never hungry again. Never be thirsty again. Probably never be thirsty, because like, what if you just want to drink something anyway? I mean these are like more for kids. So eat all your food hot. Eat all your food cold. I could eat all my food cold, so not that, because you don't always have to heat something up. Excuse me. I know it's not very professional for these podcasts, and that's kind of expected too. They just kind of go where they go. Not the kids, the podcast. Would you rather be a firefighter or be a police officer? Police officer, I don't know, it's like, since it would be garbage man or doctor. Imagine it, like, doctor, degree, policeman. That'd be kind of interesting, actually. Be a famous singer, or be a movie star, famous singer. Not that I can sing. I don't believe I can sing. Be a chef. Be a waiter, waitress. Be a chef. Love kind of making my own creations. Be a teacher. Be a janitor. Be a teacher. I don't know teaching. Kids. Direct your own movie. Design your own TV. Sorry, design your own toy. Probably direct the movie. Here's like a more kid one. Be a ninja. Be an astronaut. Probably be a ninja. That sounds so unrealistic, but it's kind of funny. I mean, alright, here's some ones. Would you rather have really smelly feet, have really bad breath? Honestly, I don't know who would smell your feet or why you would smell your so smelly feet. Never have to shower again or never have to brush your teeth again. Can I say both? Probably never have to brush my teeth again because I mean I would still shower. So jump into a pool of chocolate pudding. Jump into a pool of chocolate ice cream. I feel like the ice cream would be close to probably pudding. Always have bad breath or get a bad haircut every time you get a haircut. Always have bad breath. Probably sounds shitty, but honestly, like, I don't think a kid wants it. Eat a live bug, eat a dead worm. Dead worm. Who knows if it's really like a worm. Lick your shoe, eat your boogers. Probably lick my shoe. Clean the bathroom once a week. Clean your room once a day. Clean my room once a day. These are definitely like just childish, kind of funny. Then again, so am I. So sometimes, not all the time. Be the funniest kid in school. Be the best athlete in school. Can I be both those things? I really want to say funny, but I would probably say maybe best athlete in school. I'll be the fit, fast kid, you know. Go to the school in the summer and have the rest of the year off. Get the summer off and go to school and the rest of the year. Yes, the regular, you know, kid type thing. Because that's probably easy enough to do. Be the most popular kid in school. Be the smartest kid in school. Be the smartest kid in school. You can still be popular, really. If you are smart. Never go to school again. Go to school every day for the rest of your life. You know, probably just that. You just go to school. There's nothing wrong with that. Besides Corona. Never have to take a test again. Never have to do homework again. Honestly, if you think about it, you never have to do homework again, so you don't have to take it home. Because usually you don't take home tests or even like in the classroom. So homework, no. Ride the school bus. Walk to school. I've done both those things, so I'd probably honestly say walk to school. Probably be better anyway. Do extra hour of homework at home. Stay in school for an extra hour. I've always liked staying around in school for an extra hour, and it doesn't say you're doing it like for any reason, or it doesn't say like what it is, why you're staying. So stay your current age, be 10 years older. Stay my current age if I could, really. It's not like I'm a kid, but obviously if you're like 10, 13, you probably want to stay. You probably don't want to grow up, so only be able to whisper, only be able to shout again, only be able to shout. I mean, probably different when you're a kid. Super strong, be super fast. Be super strong, because again, you can be fast. So be really tall, be really short. I don't mind being short again, so kids would probably want to be tall, honestly. Stay up as late as you want. Never get grounded again. Never get grounded again, because then you can still stay up as late as you want. Be invincible, be able to fly, probably be invisible. Obviously, you know why. Talk to animals, read people's minds. If you talk to animals, we can already talk to people. Well, maybe you can people as animals, and then so maybe that's confusing. I don't know. I'm just like move like a cow before speaking, bark like a dog before speaking. Probably moo. Maybe, I don't know. I want to say bark, but there's a reason I'm thinking moo for a cow. Sounds more like an alien would come. Be really smart. Be really funny. If you're smart, you can be funny. Not that I'm either one. Really, pretty dumb. Receive really nice gift. this. I'm gonna be constantly yawning. Constantly yawning. That's always what I'm doing in the podcast. So why not? Be friends with your younger kids. Be friends with older kids. I get along with the younger ones. I'm already older. Be better with the younger. Sounds bad. Be able that are really far away. Be able to hear things from really far away. Be able to see things really far away. That's for hearing it. Remember everything you hear. Remember everything you see. Probably remember everything you see. I mean, they're both kind of hard, but I don't know. I actually don't. But for the sake of like choosing things, because I know you like go back between them. Both of those, nice. Never get sick. Could answer these and another one too. Never get sick again or never get injured again. Probably never get injured again. I don't know if that was in another one or not. Lose your sense of taste or lose your sense of smell. I think I said taste in the other one. Because then, like, the smell you can actually still taste. I know that's like another technicality. Here's a little bit different one where it's like you always had to take a shower that's too cold. I would take a shower that's too hot because the other one is take a shower that's too cold, so too hot. You know, play outside all day, play inside all day, play outside all day. I don't know why kids. Some kids are just like, you know, when they're young, it's like cold. All they want to do is video games. I remember that's all I used to kind of do at first. I'd do on a bike, and then that's where I was like, I would always watch TV. I never went outside, and eventually I learned how to ride a bike. And on that bike, I'd run, I'd be outside, and it was so much better than being inside, honestly, than watching TV. So spend the day at the beach, spend the day at amusement park. Probably spend a day at the beach. I'm not much fan for rides. I probably really wasn't a kid. Play in the pool, play on a trampoline. Okay, here's another crazy thing. You put the pool under the trampoline and you jump on the trampoline, and yeah, you have, or you could do the reverse, but no, so probably pools are relaxing, but I always love trampolines too, so again, it's like, I would have to say pool for the sake of choosing. Live on a farm or live in a mansion? I gotta live in a mansion, man, I'm sorry. Even though another one's like, you live in a land, and so, but one is like, you live in a big ass house, farm, have a pet cat, have a pet dog. Honestly, neither, but I have a pet dog. Don't have to necessarily do as much, you just need to feed them. You don't have to change their poop box. Fly a kite, swing on a swing. Can I do both? Can I just like hold my kite on a swing and just go probably fly away, honestly. Well, yeah, what's more of a kid thing? Probably something on a swing. I don't really fly kites, or I didn't play sports. Watch play sports. I love biking, running, and I still love doing that. I didn't watch video games all day, watch TV all day, play video games all day. Play in the sun, play in the snow. Again, probably both, but mainly play in the sun. Stay at home, go camping. I go camping at home, I'm kidding. Probably go camping. Be a waiter, not be a waiter. Be in a water balloon fight or be in a snowball fight. Those are some good ones. Those are like great. I like those both, but probably more be in a water balloon fight, because imagine if it's like a hot day, because snowballs are like hard and icy when you have to pack snow and stuff. So watch a good TV show, watch a good movie. I'll just watch a good TV show, because those, it's like recalling those, and compared to like movies, you could, as a kid, you could like lose your attention span. Even now, I was like, some movies aren't too. Travel in a hot air balloon, travel in an airplane. Well, I've traveled in an airplane before, but I haven't traveled in a hot air balloon. I hope I said, like, felt like it's the reverse, but I want to travel in a hot air balloon, because I've traveled in a plane, so. Always have to say everything you are thinking, never speak again. Honestly, it might sound really bad, and if you're one messed up kid for whatever reason, say what you're thinking. Teacher, some people just wrong. Why is this kid talking? What is he doing? Or why is he singing? Like, I mean, who's ever watching or listening to this now, I'm pretty much saying what I'm thinking, considering I'm reading something, but I'm still saying the things that help set the table for dinner, help clean up after dinner. Honestly, I'd probably be the person to do both, but probably mainly set up before dinner, because then I still help clean up after dinner. Go to the dentist, go to the doctor. You probably want to go to both. So, I don't want to see, those are like, because you want to go to both, so that's just really stupid. Yeah, my phone's back right now, okay, whatever. Be the oldest child. The funny thing about that is I'm basically the middle child, so say be the, no, I'm probably as hard because I'm already the middle child, so I can't like do that one. It's stupid. I have to crawl on all fours everywhere. That sounds dangerous. Have to walk backwards everywhere. You know, people probably just laugh. What are you gonna be like? I gotta dare to do this from there. So you probably make up excuses if you're walking backwards or something. Be busy. Be bored. Be bored. Why not? I'm already bored right now. Honestly, I'm kidding. Have super strong arms. Have super strong legs. I have super strong legs. So super strong legs. Live in the country. Live in the city. Country. I think that's for the mansion and huge house. So good. Be famous. Not have any fame at all. I don't have any fame at all. I don't need that. I really don't. Live in space. Live under the sea. How's that country? So I'm gonna say here's another technical. Live in space. So like space country. I don't know. So live in space. I don't know what space. Live in the past. Live in the future. Live in the future. Kind of what we're doing now. You have this technology of like fingerprint scanners, like DNA tests. And, I mean that's probably in the past. Liars, whatever. Like I don't know what liars I'm talking about. Honestly. Have 10 siblings. Being an only child. You know, I don't think you'd ever be lonely, and maybe you can get along with about 3 out of your 10 siblings. So have 10 siblings, because it doesn't say if it's your like brothers, sisters, or cousins, or any of that. So. My TV just got really bright. What is cartoon? That's stupid. Be able to read really fast. Be able to run really fast. Be able to run really fast. I suck at reading, honestly. I don't know about being a kid. Live in a small house by the beach. Live in a big house by the middle of nowhere. Again, it's like the middle of nowhere country, but then it's like the beach, so you know, I really wouldn't mind living in a small, tiny house, because maybe it can actually be like pretty decent, because who knows if big is like tall or some sort of weird space or something like that. Go without heat in the winter. Go without air conditioner in the summer. Probably go without heat in the winter, because then you have the chance of like cuddling up with someone. You have like really warm, like whole layer of blankets and stuff, and so that's kind of the more serious than like cuddle with your significant other and that, which I don't know if a kid would understand that, or maybe, or more of the like warm, they like the warm toasty blanket or like fire or something. Not that you're sleeping outside, but wear shoes that are one size too large. Wear shoes that are one size too small. Probably too large, because I've done that. I don't think a kid would want to spend a year in jail or spend. No, that sounds bad, but I think you'd be more comfortable spending a year in the hospital. And so a lot of these are kind of, you know, tone, dark and all, kind of sad, and maybe not as sad, but I think it's kind of good to see what it's like, and you know, if you're a kid and you want something to give you hope, or kind of want something to have something to look forward to, it's like you want to ask yourself, like, would you rather do this or would you do this? And hopefully as you get older, like, I know obviously like 15 is kind of close to 20, and it's like you get to be 18 where it's like you're almost fully legal. You get to 20, 21, that's like, well, the 18 is kind of changing in some states to where it's like now 21 for doing things, or like 14 to 16, maybe we have to be 16 or 17 to do those things. It takes like a lot of just effort and growing up and growing older, and it's hard with like a lot of current situations with what's going on. It might be difficult, or you might have like but you want it to be good, you want to enjoy it, or you want to make sure like they're at peace, and I don't know, you want to feel good about yourself. Again, a lot of like these topics or these things are just spontaneous. They'll kind of go around, and you kind of have a feeling like what it's like. You don't have to, enjoy what the conversation is about, or so this was more of like getting to know like my opinions, but people want to come share their other opinions, or just share how they feel about life, the current situation, or even share about their childhood, their past, their future, their kind of like situations. Now I'm sure I've said that, and it's pretty late. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm probably close to ending this as usual, as kind of the drill where it's like it gets towards the end, so finish your cup of whatever, your coffee, energy drink. Sorry, times where it keeps hitting the microphone again. This one's like just more sensitive, and I hope those that haven't enjoyed, I will probably in a couple minutes I will leave you with the music to just relax, wind down if you can't fall asleep, and hopefully the music will just kind of fade, make you fade out, and I hope you guys join for the next one. This was the third one. I hope you guys join for the fourth one, which will maybe be another midnight one, or as you actually see, this one has kind of gone through midnight. It's not midnight where you live, it's about 101, 45 minutes, seconds past midnight, and so, well, like an hour, and this was like down close for 2 hours, so again, midnight ones are later, and hopefully the morning ones will be more in the morning, and so hopefully people have like enjoyed, and I'm gonna leave you guys with the music. If you want to join in the next one, or feel free to join the Discord, or again, as this kind of evolves, or I talk about different topics or generate different things. So I'll do a recap of the last two. Obviously, one was the first one, I think, was the midnight one, and then I was like, what, people, they may not be up so late, and so they maybe will be up like during the day or mid-morning, whatever, and so there's the morning noon one, and then there's the midnight one, which is this one, which is actually going quite later, and so if you guys want to come join the Discord, otherwise I'll send a invite code, or just pop in on the chat, ask your questions. And hopefully as this goes, the time will kind of evolve, but with that, I'm gonna you guys to just kind of relax, wind down, and enjoy the music, and I will hopefully you guys are listening to the next one, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next one, or I'll hear from you in the next one, or I'll hear me in the next one. The intros never kind of go the way they are, or the podcast, so I'm just trying to wind it down